Hi everybody, it's Christina from Card Making Magic. Today I'm going to make two cards and I'm going to use this beautiful Parcels Filigree Frame set. I'm going to use the stencil on one of the cards, I'm going to add some flowers on the other, and on one of them I'm going to use this beautiful Happy Birthday embossing folder. And these are all from the Card Making Magic collection that's available at CraftStash. So with the Parcels frame, I've taken the largest die and I've folded my card in half, and I have left the cutting edges over the end of the card, and that's going to give me a base card ready to add my other pieces to. Then using the same die I cut another piece, and that's going to be my panel that will sit on the front. And then using this die I have cut it out, but the bit that was around the outside I've saved for another card. So I've just taken the panel from the inside, and then with this die I have cut another panel, and then once I've done that I've run it through the embossing folder and I have printed Happy Birthday onto the card itself, and that's going to sit along there. For the second card I've just folded a piece in half and I've created a 6x6 card base, and then I've cut another panel that's just slightly smaller, and this is the piece that we're going to work on first. We're going to do some stenciling on this. So with this piece I'm laying it onto my table and I'm just going to tape it down just on the edges so that it can't move. Now I'm going to use blending brushes and I'm going to use these colours. So I've got Tattered Rose, Milled Lavender, Tumbled Glass, Cracked Pistachio and Dried Marigold. So let's just start with the pink. All I'm going to do is just blend in some colour along this side. Now these are Distress Oxides and they do blend nicely. Now once we've done that colour, we'll go to the Milled Lavender and we'll blend some colour along this side. So we'll just overlap the original one and then we'll move on to the next colour. And we'll keep on blending until we've got all these colours onto this piece of paper. Now don't forget to clean off your stencil, and then once you've finished, that is what your card will look like, and this is going to sit on the front of this. So all I've done with this is use a corner rounder and I've just rounded off all the edges. So there's our two card bases ready to make. So back to the die set. From these I have cut lots of different squares. Now for some I've kept the two frames together and I have cut lots of little frames that will sit on my card, and then I've cut my parcels. So I've cut the big ones and I've cut the small ones, and then from the filigree tops in the rose gold metallic card over there I've cut this pattern, and then in the smaller ones I've cut the white and the rose gold, and they will sit along there with the parcels. Now I've also cut bows to go with them. This is the larger bow and this is the smaller bow, and they're going to sit on my parcels. And then from these I've cut lots of different leaves that I need to add to my card. So from the stamp set I've stamped these two small flowers, and I've stamped this particular leaf set there with the berries on it, and all I'm going to do with that is just colour it in with some alcohol markers. So I'll do that very quickly, and while I do this I'll play some music. So let's start with this one, and we'll put this piece on first. This is just going to sit with some wet glue on the bottom. It's just going to marry up with that and sit along there. That's it. Now that's my base card done. Now with some foam we're going to add this to the top. And then with some more foam tape I'm just going to add this, and this has got Happy Birthday embossed into it. So we need to make sure that we put this down the right way. Now if you wanted to make that stand out a little bit more, you can always dust over it with your blending brushes. So we'll just pop that in place along there, and then we'll take a very pale blending brush and we'll just go over the letters, and that'll just make Happy Birthday pop out a little bit more. So now you can see it a little bit better. Now the next thing we're going to do is fix all these parcels together. So this is the small one, and we just need to glue these in place onto each of the backings. to the top of each one of those we'll add in the bow. So I've added foam tape to the back of this, and I'm just going to pop this along there, and then with this one I've added 2 foam pads, and I need to make sure that this corner doesn't have foam on it, and we'll add that there. And I think on the other side we'll add another foam pad in just to balance it up a little bit better. That's better. And we'll need to do the same to this one so that it's balanced up just a little bit better and can sit on the card front. So once we have the parcels in place with foam pads underneath, we can now start to dress up the top of the card. So I'm going to put double foam pads on this rose, and I'm going to pop that one in the middle just there, and then take the foam pads off the back of these and we'll add these as and where we'd like on the card. Now I've already had my dry run to see where I would like them, so I'm just going to go ahead now and pop these in place. So there's my little flowery parcel ready to go. It just needs a sentiment on that now, and then we'll start with this one. So for the second card I've glued my parcels together. I'm just going to glue the little bows on the top. So we'll just glue those along there, and then we'll add in the frames. Now what I want to do is make this background a little bit more interesting by adding in these frames. So I'm just going to pop them down in a random fashion onto the card. I'm going to glue them in place, and then the parcels will be added to the top. So let's just glue these in onto the card. And then with foam tape on these, or foam pads on these, we'll add these to the card. And we'll double the foam pads under this one to make it stand up a little bit more. And that can go along there. Now into that spaces, now I'm going to just tuck these leaves, and again it's just a random fashion. I'm going to tuck them in anywhere that I want to put them. So this is my dry run first, so we'll have this one coming down there, and then once you like where they are, you can just simply glue them in place. So there we have 2 cards, and I'm just going to dress these up with some pearls, and because I don't want to waste this flower, I'm just putting a foam pad behind it, and I'm going to add it onto that parcel on that card, and then we'll put pearls into the centre of all these flowers. There we go. So there you've got 2 really pretty cards. One is to a special friend and the other one is a happy birthday. So to recap on the dies that we've used, I've used the Parcels Filigree Frame to create the base of one card and the mats and layers for both cards. I've also used the little parcel dies that are there in the set. I've embossed one background, I've stenciled another, and I've created some flowers from the Perfect Christmas Rose. It's not just for Christmas. I've stamped them out and I've cut them out with the dies. These are the cards that we've created and they're both ready now to send. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please join me on the next one, and why not subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that you'll never miss a video when I upload one. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.